What's going on? I'm going to be doing another Android game test on the Retroid Pocket 2. Right now I'm still on Android 6, but they just came out with an update for Android 8.1, so I'll probably upgrade to that soon. So stick around if you want more coverage on that. For now, let's get into the games. First up, I'm going to show you how to play some touchscreen only games, as this really opens up what games can be played on the Pocket 2. You're going to need to download the Octopus app and then launch it. Once you've launched it, it should have a spot to add games to it. Just select the plus and find what touchscreen only games you want to play that you've already downloaded. Then you have to launch the game through this app. Once the app launches, it will have this little octopus dude, and you click on him and it'll bring up the options to start adding controls. You can add analog sticks, D-pads, and other buttons. I recommend getting into game to add the buttons because then you can see where all the buttons need to be placed. Unfortunately, you can't add face buttons just with the Retroid Pocket. You will have to have a mouse to be able to assign them, because when you have the Octopus overlay up and you try to change to gamepad mode, it still inputs the home button function, and then you can't get to the controller. The good thing is, once you do this per game, you don't have to do it again. You just have to connect the mouse and have the Retroid in gamepad mode. Then using the mouse, select what button you want to assign, then push the button on the Retroid that you want it to be, and then you're all set. As for the game itself, this is FR Legend. It's a racing drifting game, and once you set up the controls, it works great. The Pocket 2 runs it without any issues, and is pretty fun once you get used to how the cars control. Next up is Among Us, and this also needs to use the Octopus app to play. It runs fine, and the controller setup with Octopus works pretty well. You will have to use mouse mode for some of the tasks, like wires, but it works fine. You just might be a little slower than normal while you play on the Retroid Pocket 2. This is Dead Trigger, which is a first-person zombie shooter, and it has native controller support, but you do have to map all the buttons individually. But once you do it, you don't have to do it again. This one works really well on the Pocket and is one I'd recommend if you're looking for a shooter. Here is Chronus Arc, which is a JRPG that feels like it would have been on the SNES, and it works fine. It has native controller support, but you do have to turn it on in the menu. It maybe has some slowdown here and there, but it doesn't seem to be very noticeable. Last up is Dungeon Quest, and it's a Diablo-like dungeon crawler. It also has native controller support that works perfect. It does have a bit of slowdown when there are a lot of enemies on screen, but it didn't affect me that much. And the gameplay seems pretty fun for a free Android game. That was my second Android game test from Suggested Games on the last video. I plan to update my Retroid Pocket 2 to Android 8.1 and do some more testing, as it should open up some new games to play. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.